Most people use the words I am as if they are simply describing themselves. I am broke, I am lonely, I am stuck. But what if I told you that every time you speak those two words, you are not just making a statement, you are issuing a powerful command. Your words are not labels. They are decrees. They are the creative force of the universe moving through your lips, and whether you realize it or not, reality responds. I am Abdullah. For many years in New York City, men of influence, doctors, lawyers, bankers, individuals who built empires, sought me out in my modest room on West 72nd Street. Not because I held formal credentials, not because I promised simple answers, but because they sensed something when they stepped into my presence. They felt authority, and that authority did not come from trying to sound wise. It came from embodying wisdom itself. My consciousness produced the evidence. My I am spoke long before my words ever did. Most people believe I am statements are affirmations, positive self-talk meant to build confidence. But they are not affirmations, they are invocations. You are calling upon the only creative power that exists, the very name of God itself. And when you speak as I am, you are not asking. You are not hoping, you are not wishing, you are declaring reality to align. By the end of this teaching, you will understand why your inner speech has not served you, why you have been speaking limitations instead of blessings, and most importantly, how to use the most powerful two words in existence to shape circumstances, people, and even time itself to your will. But understand this clearly, once you truly grasp it, you cannot unlearn it. You cannot go back to careless speech because you will realize that every I am that leaves your lips carries creative authority. Let me tell you something that may unsettle you. Every day, from morning until night, you are speaking. But most people are not speaking as God. They are speaking to God, and there is a profound difference. Listen to how people pray. God, please help me. I hope things improve. Maybe if I work harder. When will I finally have enough money? This is the language of lack. This is petition. This is asking permission from something outside of you. But Scripture makes it clear. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. There is no external power to beg from. There is only the I am within you. And that I am is the creative force itself. Most people carry on inner conversations throughout the day, filled with limitation, fear, and lack. They are not even aware of it. I cannot afford that. I am always broke. Nobody values me. Why does this keep happening to me? I am so unlucky. Every sentence becomes a declaration. Every word becomes evidence of limitation. Their inner dialogue builds their confinement. Your inner conversations are not meaningless thoughts. They are creative forces. They are constantly shaping and forming your reality. Most people fail not because they do not visualize or meditate or follow techniques. They fail because their inner speech contradicts everything they claim to desire. They say, I am wealthy in the morning, but spend the rest of the day saying, I cannot afford it. Money is tight. I am always struggling. Which statement do you think holds more power? The one repeated briefly, or the one spoken continuously from true belief? Your inner speech reveals where you truly live mentally. Your habitual I am statements show your true state of being. If you want to understand what you have been declaring inwardly, look at your life. Your world is your inner dialogue made visible. Every condition, every relationship, every circumstance in your life is the solidified form of your repeated inner speech. The person who remains broke continues to say, I do not have enough, everything is too expensive, I will never move forward. The person who feels lonely repeats, nobody loves me, I am always alone, people always leave. The one who feels stuck keeps saying, I cannot change. This is just how life is, nothing works for me. These are not simple observations. These are creative commands. Every time you say, I am followed by something unwanted, you are instructing that condition to stay. You are using the most powerful force available to maintain your own struggle. But the opposite is equally true. When you change your inner dialogue, when you begin declaring only what you desire to experience, reality must follow. This is not mere positive thinking. This is law. This is how creation works. There are two ways to speak to reality. One is as a beggar. The other is as a king. The beggar says, I want to be wealthy. I need love. I wish I could be healthy. I hope things get better. These are requests. They acknowledge separation. Every time you say, I want, you confirm you do not have. Every time you say, I need, you declare lack. These words seem harmless, but they are creative forces. They generate more wanting, more needing, more waiting. Because life does not give you what you want. It reflects what you are. If you are someone who wants wealth, you remain wanting. If you are someone who needs love, you remain needing. But the king speaks differently. The king says, I am wealthy, I am loved, I am healthy, I am blessed. These are not requests. They are declarations. They are ownership. They are identity. There is a powerful instruction found in Scripture. Let the weak man say, I am strong. Notice the instruction. It does not say, hope to become strong. It does not say, ask for strength. It says, say, I am strong. This is not denial. This is not deception. This is calling what is unseen into reality. God's name is not distant. God's name is I am. When Moses asked, who shall I say sent me? The answer was, I am. Not I will be, not I might become, but I am. Present tense. Now. This is where creation happens. Most people pray incorrectly. They ask in the name of something outside themselves. But the law works differently. You must speak with the name. You must say, I am. When you speak this way, you are not asking for power. You are using it. Let me give you a clear example. A man desired a building in New York City, a magnificent structure far beyond his financial reach. He had no money, no credit, no visible path. But he understood this principle. Every day he walked past that building and imagined a sign with his name on it. As he saw that sign in his mind, his inner speech naturally said, this is my building. I am the owner. He did not beg. He did not hope. He did not say, maybe one day. He declared ownership. Day after day, week after week, his inner conversation remained consistent. 2 years later, the owners failed. A stranger approached him and offered financial backing. He acquired the building using someone else's resources. Years later, he sold it for a massive profit. This is what happens when you speak with authority instead of doubt. This is what happens when you declare, I am, instead of I want. Your assumption shapes your reality, but it must be spoken, felt, and lived internally. Now you may think, I understand this, but doubt appears. Reality seems to contradict me. I fall back into old patterns. That is natural. You will slip at times. You will catch yourself saying, I cannot afford, or I am still waiting. But slipping does not mean failure. It means you return to awareness. Within you, there is a hidden place, a quiet inner space, a sanctuary where you meet the deeper part of yourself, your own I am. This is where transformation begins. This is where your true power resides. From this inner sanctuary, you express your I am into the world. This is not complex. This is not mystical confusion. This is clear, practical instruction. You turn inward. You close your eyes. You silence the outer noise, the evidence of your senses, the stories your circumstances are telling you. And in that still place, you breathe deeply, filling yourself with life itself. Then you speak from the awareness of the one who already possesses it. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am joyful. I am fulfilled. But here is what most people fail to understand. You are not trying to persuade yourself. You are not repeating hollow phrases. You are communing with the Father within, recognizing what already exists in consciousness. Because in that hidden place, You come to know that I am whatever I declare myself to be. You and I am are one. There is no division. There is no gap between you and the creative force. You are that force. And when this realization moves through you, when you truly feel that unity, a powerful and uplifting feeling takes over. You recognize that you are a child of the Most High. You understand that you were meant to have dominion. You realize that everything has been placed beneath your feet. This is not arrogance. This is awareness of your true identity. You are powerful. Your mind is powerful. Your consciousness is powerful. What are these deep-rooted weeds that have taken over your life? These limiting beliefs, these patterns of lack, these inner dialogues of scarcity and restriction, they are nothing in themselves. They have no real authority except the power you have given them through repeated I am declarations. But the moment you enter that inner sanctuary and speak your true I am, those weeds begin to fade. Those chains begin to loosen. Those limits begin to dissolve. Because you are not the one trapped by circumstances. You are the one who shapes all circumstances. Your body is not helpless before illness. Your body is a temple. It responds and renews when you declare, I am healthy. Your finances are not controlled by the economy. Your resources expand when you declare, I am wealthy. Your relationships are not dependent on others' decisions. Love moves toward you when you declare, I am loved. This is the I am process. This is how you step into the awareness of the one who already has everything. And from that awareness, your inner dialogue shifts. Your outer speech changes. Your actions begin to align. Your entire world begins to transform, because consciousness always creates reality without exception. Now we come to the core of this teaching, the part that changes everything if you truly understand it. At every moment of your day, you are talking inwardly. You are holding inner conversations constantly. You cannot fully stop them even if you try. When you see someone, you comment inwardly. When something happens, you react within. When you think of your desires, you speak about them inside your mind. These inner conversations are not meaningless chatter. They are creative forces. They are the voice of God expressed through you, forming your external world. Your entire reality is this inner dialogue pushed outward. If you want to know what you have been saying within, look at your life. Your world mirrors your inner speech perfectly. The man who remains broke does not suddenly become wealthy, because his inner voice continues to say, I cannot afford it. Money is difficult to earn. I never have enough. Why does this always happen to me? Every inner statement is a declaration. Every inner conversation is an act of creation. And words spoken silently within consciousness often carry even greater power than those spoken aloud. It has been observed that when you speak something, it influences you far more than when you only think it. But what matters even more is this. Negative declarations carry far greater weight than positive ones when repeated with feeling. This is why your fears appear faster than your desires. This is why your negative assumptions seem to manifest more quickly. Every time you say, I am broke, you are placing a powerful limitation upon yourself. Every time you say, I am unloved, you reinforce separation. Every time you say, I am stuck, you strengthen that condition. But the opposite is just as true. When you declare, I am wealthy, you begin to open the flow of abundance. When you say, I am loved, you allow connection to grow. When you say, I am free, you loosen every restriction. This is why it is written that life and death are in the power of the tongue. Your speech, both internal and external, is either building your life or breaking it down. There is no neutral space. Most people remain unaware of their inner conversations. They allow them to repeat automatically, replaying patterns learned in the past, beliefs absorbed from others, fears entertained for years. And then they wonder why nothing changes. They are using the greatest creative power available, the power of I am, to continuously declare lack limitation, and fear. But now you hold the key to transform everything. From this moment forward, you must become aware of your inner speech. You must notice when you begin to say, "I am," followed by something you do not want. The moment you catch yourself saying, "I am broke," stop immediately. Do not complete that statement. Instead, shift into your inner knowing and say, "I am wealthy." When you catch yourself saying, "I am alone," interrupt that pattern at once and replace it with, "I am loved." When you hear yourself thinking, "I am powerless," redirect immediately to, "I am strong, I am capable, I am in control." This is not denying reality. This is choosing which reality you create. The conditions you see in the outer world are simply the delayed results of your past inner speech. They have no power to continue unless you keep feeding them with the same declarations. The moment you change your inner dialogue, you begin forming a new experience. The man who desired the building did not first change his circumstances. He changed his inner conversation. Day after day, he repeated within himself, "This is my building," until it became fact. The woman who desired a specific relationship did not first change the outer situation. She changed her inner dialogue. She stopped saying he is with someone else and began declaring, "I am his partner," until reality aligned. Every person who has mastered this principle understood the same truth. You do not directly alter the outer world. You transform your inner speech, and the outer world reflects it. Your inner dialogue is either holding you back or setting you free. There is no middle path, and here is something powerful. You can change your inner speech right now. You do not need to wait. You do not need better circumstances. You do not need permission. You simply turn inward, connect with the "I am" within, and speak from the awareness of already having what you desire. As you continue in this new inner conversation, as you make it your natural way of thinking, your outer world must follow. This is law. This is how creation unfolds. This is the only power there is. Now understand the simplicity of it all. Out of all the words you can use, there is one that holds the greatest importance. That word is am. Not was, not will be, not might become, but am. Present, immediate, now. Most people live in the wrong tense. They say, "I will be wealthy one day. I was happy before. I might become successful someday." These are not creative statements. They create delay and distance. But when you say, "I am," you bring everything into the present moment. You claim your desire now within consciousness, which is the only reality that truly exists. Everything you seek already exists within consciousness. Wealth exists, love exists, health exists, success exists. The only question is, what are you declaring yourself to be? Because whatever follows, "I am" becomes your experience. If you say, "I am struggling," you continue struggle. If you say, "I am trying," you remain in effort. If you say, "I am becoming," you stay in endless process. But if you say, "I am wealthy," you step into wealth. If you say, "I am loved," you enter love. If you say, "I am successful," you embody success. This truth has always been present, hidden in plain sight. It is the name revealed long ago, the creative word through which everything is formed. In the beginning was the Word, and that Word is "I am." When you truly understand this, your relationship with language transforms completely. You no longer speak carelessly. You stop complaining. You stop declaring limitation. Instead, you begin to speak as one who carries authority. You command your reality. You declare your world into existence. This is not manipulation. This is not forcing outcomes. This is simply applying the law correctly. And when you apply it properly, when you consistently speak from your "I am," reality has no option but to respond. Not because you are personally powerful, but because "I am" itself is all power. Listen again to what Scripture reveals. Let the weak man say, "I am strong." It does not say the weak man must first visualize strength. It does not say he must wait until he feels strong. It clearly says he must say, "I am strong." Because speaking it brings it into form. Declaring it sets it into motion. This is creative power in action. This is the law at work. This is how creation happens. And you are not separate from that creative force. You are that force expressing individually. Your I am is God's I am expressed as you. So whenever you say I am, you are speaking with the full authority of creation behind your words. This is why you must use this power consciously. Use it wisely. Use it with awareness and respect because your I am is shaping your world whether you notice it or not. So what have you understood here? You have realized that you are not a victim of circumstances. You are the source of them. You have understood that you are not a beggar seeking favor from something outside. You are the expression of that power in human form. You have seen that your inner speech is not random thought. It is command. It is creation. You now know that every time you say I am, you are activating the only power that exists. Most people live their entire lives unaware of this. They speak without awareness. They declare lack without noticing. They limit themselves with every careless I am that passes through their mind. But now you are aware. The real question is, what will you do with this awareness? Will you fall back into old habits, speaking without power, repeating limitation, continuing the same patterns? Or will you enter your inner sanctuary, connect with the deeper self, and speak your true I am with clarity and authority? The choice belongs to you. But understand this clearly. The universe is always listening. Every moment, every word, every inner dialogue is being impressed into reality. Whatever you say you are, you become. This is not theory. This is law. The man who declared, "This is my building," became the owner of that building. Those who mastered this principle did not achieve it through wishing or hoping. They did it by consistently speaking from the awareness of already having what they desired. They changed their inner speech, and their reality followed. You can do the same starting now, in this very moment. Simply become aware of what follows your I am. And if it is not what you want to experience, change it immediately. That simple shift begins everything. Before bringing this teaching to a close, understand something important. Knowing this intellectually is only the first step. True change happens through practice, through repetition, through catching yourself in old patterns and choosing new ones, through returning again and again to the awareness of I am until it becomes natural. This is why the idea of a reset is so important. There will be moments when doubt appears. There will be times when circumstances trigger fear. There will be moments when your inner speech slips back into old habits. This is natural, but now you know how to return. You know how to realign. You know how to step back into the state of I am. Mastering your inner speech is the most valuable skill you can develop because it governs everything else. Let this final truth settle within you. You are not learning something new. You are remembering something ancient. You are remembering that you are not separate from the creative force. You are that force. You are remembering that your words are not descriptions. They are commands. You are remembering that when you say I am, you are speaking the very name of creation itself. This is why authority was felt when Neville came to me. This is why men of influence sought my presence. Not because I had more information, but because my state of consciousness reflected certainty. I was not trying to appear authoritative. I was authority. My identity produced the evidence of people seeking guidance. And this is what you must deeply understand. Your identity produces your evidence, not the other way around. So use this power with awareness. Use it deliberately. Use it with respect because your I am is shaping your entire experience. The only real question is, what kind of world will you choose to create? I am Abdullah, and I have shown you the key. Now enter your inner space and declare your true I am. Everything else will follow. But there is something more that must be understood. What you have learned here is only the foundation. Speaking as I am is powerful, but it is only part of a greater truth. There is a deeper level, a more advanced shift of identity that goes beyond words, beyond speech, even beyond feeling. It is about complete transformation of self, about becoming entirely new in consciousness. This deeper teaching goes further than simply speaking. It is about embodying a new identity so fully that the old self dissolves completely. And when this shift happens, everything changes effortlessly. Reality no longer needs to be convinced. It reflects you automatically because you have become the new state entirely.